which fits about 100 aircrafts can fit on it. It's located right here.
Aircraft carrier.
It's an aircraft carrier. It's come for the support. And now, as for troops, we have troops coming from over here. So it's taking them time though. So they haven't quite got to where Seoul is, but they're beginning to protect this perimeter, at least the east side. But they're still on the way, en route to Seoul. Over here too, we have some Navy support. And there was also an attack, a surprise attack conducted by just a few members in this committee on, I think it was Wangpo, right? The Wangpo port over here, which has been a success. North Korea has hardly any soldiers here, and we've been able to mobilize this area. Mr. Che was shot and lost his right arm. He will no longer be able to write with his right hand.
Oh! It's worse than like that.
And Jang Jr. and Shin were quickly captured and murdered. Mr. Shin will be replaced by Shin Jr. Jang Taek-sang will be replaced by Mr. Alex Choi. The U.S. military is helping keeping the DPRK at their borders. They've sort of stalled at the 37th, 36th parallel. However, especially with the aerial attacks, but many of the South Korean citizens are starting to retreat, and the soldiers are being very discouraged. There's also been a telegram from Kim Il-sung, who says, public directive states, there's a letter to Kim Il-sung. With the urgent issue of captured South Korean citizens at hand, it is a good time to have a meeting between the cabinet of the DPRK and that of the ROK. This is separate. This also passes automatically because it is signed by 6 out of the 10 delegate members. Clapping is now in order. There's a crisis update.
So could you explain what this public directive is? Are you an interviewer?
Yeah.
It's the cooperation between the ROK Army and Air Force with the USA Air Force.
USA Air
So that we can request immediate deployment of their assets. So
F-51?
yeah.
This is what we need.
So would you like to sign?
Yeah, I would like to sign.
No, here.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Any questions about this crisis update?
Question.
Yes, Byung-chuk.
Head of state think about
Oh, you want to talk to him?
yeah.
Okay. What do you want to talk to him about?
What does the president think about his demands for removal?
This is ridiculous. We
Ridiculous?
won this election with 94%. Those in Jeju are being brainwashed by the communist sympathizers. Whereas I have to draw it in right now. Yeah.
But why is it public? But you said like
It's happening. It's not like a secret mission. People talk. Yeah.
but the North doesn't know.
North doesn't know.
Then China does.
Yeah.
But then does that apply to us? Because
No more extra forces. So the USSR and USMJK in the peninsula can stay.
okay.
Because we have unstable government.
Are there any other points or motion on the floor? Seeing none, we will now move on to the moderated caucus raised by Kim Do-yeon. Total duration time 10 minutes, individual speaking time 1 minute. For the purpose of discussing what we will discuss in the meeting with the North. All delegates wishing for this motion, please raise your question high. All delegates against? With 7 delegates for and 2 delegates against, this motion passes. Kim Do-yeon, would you like to go first?
First.
You will be recognized.
So I think I agree with Mr. Che that there are a lot of things that we could talk about other than espionage. The first thing is military. Obviously, we don't want to have a war with North Korea right now. So I think we should kind of offer them a peace treaty that would delay the war or any kind of action that would invoke military action from either countries. And also, economic wise, I don't think there's anything that we could talk about economic things because we both have two different economies. One is socialism and one is capitalism. So talking about economy would be useless.
So other countries' military can be without the exercise.
Like 45.
Yeah, they can exercise. That's the point. Because we don't want to see them getting stronger with synthesizing their military.
But other nations can bring their military in this peninsula, right?
No, but this is gonna be my second point.
Okay.
No more external forces into the peninsula.
Then that means the U.S. have to retreat from the
No, that's already original force. No more extra.
no more action.
Yeah.
Then I think we should
I was writing a private directive.
the military forces in Korea.
Public
Yeah, that we can specify during the meeting.
not even close.
Yeah, Soviets did not. Bolsheviks did not.
The KGB is stealing information from.
I guess time for unmod has left. And are there any points of motion on the floor?
Mr. Zhang, who is the Minister of Foreign Affairs, should also go because we're discussing about, we write the proposal about that we should not let them collaborate with other nations, which means like those kind of international things will be spoken in the meeting. So I think Minister of Foreign Affairs should also be in the meeting.
We would like to suggest, perhaps demand, that the DPRK control all of Korea, but we will allow members in the government, current government, to work under Kim Il-sung.
So here's what we suggest. I will rather live in the colony of Korea under the United States than under a single rule of a democratic, a not so democratic, Soviet-style, DPRK-owned peninsula. So we do the exact opposite of what you propose. We will make sure that you guys have a job within our cabinet, and we'll make sure that you have enough money to survive. But the one thing that we cannot give up is the democracy and capitalism in the peninsula.
With 6 delegates for, 3 delegates against, this motion passes. Delegates now freely may stay and stand and move around.
I'm the Minister of Home Affairs. I take care of the South Korean citizens.
Home affairs. Okay. So you
I'm
take care of.
responsible for
Yes.
like civil rights and human trafficking and
Okay.
those stuff related
So-
in our country.
So there are North Korean army marching down the south,
Yes.
and like thousands of Korean people, South Korean people are in danger. Are you responsible for this?
I am not in full charge because there are other ministers like military and stuff, but I do definitely play a part a little.
Currently, the North Koreans are invading our nation. What do you think? Huh?
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Okay. You request military support from the UN that is not our China. We especially look forward to this Air Force support from the US, the UN. We look forward to naval battleships. Okay.
A request for the military support from the United Nations. We request the military support from the member states of the UN that is not USSR or China. We specifically look forward to getting Air Force support from the USA and the UK near the 37th parallel. We look forward to naval battleships such as the USS Missouri near the port of Ulsan, and this has been signed by 6 delegates. This automatically passes. Jang, would you like to speak about this for 1 minute?
Yes, sir. Yes, so this directive, look forward to getting international support from the United Nations. This will also get political support, like those narratives in media. So we look like the good guys instead of the bad guys. And then getting naval support in Port of Ulsan is crucial to our war. Thank you.
Than the people, and it was all by North Korean army, not their navy, not their air forces. So, and we're keep getting behind by the North forces because we're losing in the army. So I think it's important to strengthen the army, not the air forces.
Thank you, delegate. I'm Sam. You recommend.
As Kim Jong said, considering the urgency of this problem, I think we have to gather every man who is older than 15 to get educated in military services to maximize our military capacity at this point.
Thank you, Kim Doyan. You recommend.
But in the current situation that just getting support from the United States, support from the United Nations, would only cause the DPRK to also get support from the Soviet Union and China, which means that they're just peninsula is just becoming the place of war. So like international war. So to find the then it will just cause more damage in peninsula. It will have more time to actually recover from the damage. To consider the situation that will cause after the war, then I think this is the time to actually fight. We need to get the treaty done or the conference with North Korea to actually define the peace between North and the South.
Thank you, delegate. With overwhelming majority, this motion passes. Lee-Cheong, would you like to go first or last?
First.
You'll be recommended.
Where are you from? I'm from Jeju Island. I'm from Moscow. I'm from a poor fisherman's family.
What do you know
Well,
about?
I was working and one of my superiors told me to change the poison from one person to another.
Who was the first person?
I can't say. You guys will have to kill me first.
Are you the one who tried to kill me?
I don't know.
No?
This is the first time I was involved. I was threatened by my superior that if I don't follow through, they'd kill my family in Moscow.
What did you get in return?
What did you use to? Why did it fail?
I made it fail. I switched the original poison to another person.
But like, why is that person like incapacitated, like not fully dead?
I didn't put enough poison in. Or they didn't take enough.
Was that a mistake
It
on
was
your
my
part?
mistake.
So we have spies implanted in this room. We have someone who's trying to kill our most valuable asset, Mr. Zhang and Mr. An. This is getting ridiculous. We have internal conflicts when external conflicts are a bigger deal. I'm not sure who is conducting these, but I'm gonna bet that North Korea is behind all of these attacks. So any communication that is leaving the Republic of Korea will be monitored and be publicly available for all of our community members to share, laugh at, and maybe even use it as a security note so that we can take actions to prevent any espionage attempts against the state of our nation. Thank you.
So as I first came into this room, that I saw people who were staring at me. Then while they're signing to the public directive, then I got the idea that they're doing something to damage my reputation. As Mr. Che mentioned about the investigation of the other committee members, like so if I was actually a person who actually communicated with the DPRK, then probably I would not have signed the public directive of the transparency, which means that I was very honest to myself that I'm not talking with the DPRK.
This public directive is passes.
Something's now in order. Doyon will be replaced with a new role.
What?
Kim Doyon will be Chang Myeon, ambassador to the United States. Prior to his career as politician, Chang Myeon was a teacher and school administrator. Today, he occupies the seat of the most powerful overseas ambassadorship as envoy to the United States. So just RIP. This is the only picture I could find of him.
What?
Pretty similar.
$15 budget to help Koreans in the South. And I forgot to mention, Kim Il-sung has called Seoul the second capital of the DPRK. And is trying to rewrite maps. Mr. Douglas MacArthur, who is the general in charge of the U.S. military, would like to meet this committee in person at 1 p.m. He would only like to speak to 2 representatives, though, to expedite the process. He has a history of working with Chung Myung and has demanded that one of the 2 reps be Chung Myung.
I would normally send Minister of Defense, Mr. Shin, to the meeting, kind of like this, but Mr. Shin, unfortunately, has not met the standard that our committee is looking for. He has been inactive and he has not come up with any persuading actions. So I think it would be best to send Mr. Song Won-il, the Navy General, because Navy is the critical part of our military.
Worried about what is happening in this country right now.
Yeah.
We recently received intel that some South Korean soldiers have attacked Pyongyang. This was done without the approval of the United States, and the attack has had its success and its failures. The success is that in the process of evacuating Pyongyang, Kim Il-sung died. He's dead.
What?
Kim Il-sung is dead.
Kim Il-sung is dead.
He was insulted.
He moved back to Pyongyang before that. We would like to request, really demand though, that all operations go through the United States and are led by U.S. generals, such as myself.
I would like to remind the United States that their self-ego should not overthrow their logical reasoning. This is not a game, this is a war.
Mr. Che, we are here to help you defeat the DPRK. But keep in mind, without us, this will be all DPRK's land.
This is a proxy war that you started with the Soviet Union. Or whether the Soviet Union started with us. I think you have more to lose than us. We are only 50 million people. We are only 20 million people. But you are worried about the Pacific outposts of the Soviet commies taking over. You know, so close to Hawaii, so close to Japan. I think you have more to lose in this game than us.
The cold winter on the Korean Peninsula is approaching. The forces, U.S. forces, have helped Southern forces push even further as now battle ensues over the control of Seoul. Meanwhile, in the Northern Peninsula, there's chaos. It has become clear that Kim Il-sung's death was not due to South Korean attack, but instead there was a heavy involvement with
Chinese?
the
Soviet, the Bolshevik.
With the
Kim To-bong involved with what happened in Pyongyang, and the forces in the north now are beginning to split with those that tend to be more loyal with the Chinese and communist movement, and those who are loyal towards Kim To-bong, who are more about preserving the border and are more interested in unifying Korea. Currently, To-bong has really taken over Pyongyang, but a lot of people are beginning to basically declare that Kim Il-sung is their president, whether he is alive or dead, and they are relocating towards the city of Hanam. I think. The public directive reads from Chang, conference with Kim To-bang, discussing reunification of such in South and North Korea. One leader from U.S. and USSR must attend the meeting. And this has been signed by a majority of the committee. Chang, would you like to speak for 1 minute about this public directive?
Me? Chang.
All right, this in that case, this public directive automatically passes. Clapping is now in order. My return back to the naval attack. Hamhung?
Yeah,
Hamhung has been an epic fail. It appears that they were prepared for attacks both on Hamhung and attacks on Nampo. Both of these areas, complete failure. That's the negative news. The good news is Seoul is back. We've captured Seoul, and we've pushed North Korea all the way up to basically where the original borders were. It appears North Korean soldiers are either moving back towards Pyongyang, and some are remaining on the border, as well as mysteriously some seem to be heading towards Hamhung.
First of all, I would like to give my thoughts and prayers to the soldiers dead at Namposhi and Hamhung. It's a tragic loss. And second of all, now we don't have Nampo, we gotta have another port attack, surprise port attack to cut the supply line, just like Nampo. And I think the next best destination is Cheongnam, here. And then we can go up and cut the supply line directly so that we can go up to other areas that we want to go to.
Thank you, Delegate.
And with the current two military disasters over north, it would be actually hard for us to actually have a head start in the conference, in the peace treaty, and it would be actually hard for us to have a unified Korea. Well, at least a unified Korea under the law of South Korea. And
That's not in order. Motion to adjourn the meeting. That's not in order.
Is there gonna be crisis update?
Yeah,
When?
2 minutes.
So we have 2 minutes left.
창택상 예를 텐데.
Motion to just skip the committee and go over to crisis update.
That's not in order. 실명다?
Motion for 2 minutes a month to prepare for crisis update.
On the first discussion that was
My spy actions. And I would like to also point out that even though I was a spy, I passed on a lot of public directives that helped the South Korea execute. Execute.
Torture.
Would like to remind us not an option. Execute, or we keep him as a double spy.
I think we should execute him. There is no way around this. This chicken feet scroll note. And usually, whatever Kim Jong-il says, we do it opposite, and it works well. So, let's do it.
Thank you, Chair. Jan, you can speak on Sharon. Clearly, the committee is voting for an execution of Jang. Clapping is now in order. Jang Taek-sung will be replaced by his son, Jang Taek-sung Jr.
You see us smile?
Junior is only 22 years of age, but he's temporarily taking over his father's position for 1 week while we look for a permanent replacement.
We don't have enough forces because we are stuck here, and for the US to help us from Japan, they need to cross us with a ship. However, there's Russian forces, there are Chinese forces. Look at all those places that they can enter. So by sheer force, we can never win. So only a direct solution, like a nuclear bomb, will be effective against, there could be millions of Chinese soldiers who are coming this way. So that is the only ultimatum that we have. And the other choice would be to just give up, to stop sacrificing civilian lives.
Alright, this is a historical moment. We'd like, we will make press releases, and we will send this information to all parties. The clapping is now in order. All right.